Howdy everybody, Efour here, and welcome back to the channel for Season 3, Episode 2 of our FIFA 22 Youth to Gold save. Now I forgot to do it last episode, but at the beginning of every season I am going to re-explain what the Youth to Gold save is. Now, it is an idea given to me from another creator, Omega Luke. I will link that down in the description, but I got the idea from his Football Manager content where he does Youth to Gold, where he takes a bad team and he tries to win the Champions League and the top league in their country with that team, but he can't sign anyone over the age of 21 and he can't play anyone 30 years of age or older. So that's what we're doing. We're taking a young team. That's why we're really focusing on the Youth Academy. We're developing them up and we're trying to win the Premier League and the Champions League. Since we're in England, that's why we're doing the Premier League. So we're going to hop into this game today. We're going to be taking on Cambridge in the Carabao Cup. They dropped down to EFL League 2 last season. They were in this league with us, but they got relegated. So we're going to get to see a lot of the backups, some of the fringe players that you guys don't get to see that often. We're going to play them so you guys get to check them out. And then we're going to hop in and take on MK Dons in the game immediately following because they currently sit 4th while we are in 3rd. So let's hop in to that game. So this is the team we're taking into the Carabao Cup game against Cambridge. Goalkeeper is Smith, a back four of Osorio, Mohamed, Bjorklund, who we haven't seen in a long time, and backup right back Dahlberg. Vialba and Bennett make up the midfield pairing. Nilsson, Menendez, and Wilson are the attacking three up behind Vasquez. Our bench is all backups as well, minus Schaefer. Sjoberg, Cook, Parker, Eliasson, Munoz, and Miranda are sitting on the bench ready to come in. We should be able to handle this team easily. They got relegated from this league last year. This team is good enough to beat this team. So let's go in and get a result and advance in the Carabao Cup. So here is the opening kickoff of our first cup game of the season, the Carabao Cup against Cambridge. This is a cup that we can definitely should be able to make a fairly decent run in. A lot easier than I would feel the FA Cup. But we'll see. We got to win this game today, not get ahead of ourselves, and try and get these younger guys and these fringe players and backups a little bit of game time and a little bit of development under their belts, because it will be crucial as we keep climbing these leagues to have good backups and have them developing. I need to probably do a better job of rotating them into the team. I guess they got a foot on that. That was weird. But I need to do a better job of rotating them into the team and getting them more involved so that I make sure that they are developing, because that would be bad if we get to the Premier League and we really only have a starting 11. It would definitely... Oh, man, I let in a goal there. Oh, great save by Smith. But it would be bad if we didn't develop these backup guys. We got to start rotating a little bit more. I'm excited to get King back. He's still injured, so I didn't have him in for this game. Or I probably would have done King and Vialba in the midfield instead of Bennett. But we got a good little squad. Now we just need to keep making sure we're pumping game time into these guys. Here's Nilsson making a run in from the pass from Menendez. He doesn't have any support. We're going to get that. That was... My finger slipped and hit the wrong button. I was trying to cross it back post for Vasquez, but it did not come off. Down this wing to Wilson. We'll go into Menendez here. He's got a shot, and I'm going to take it. And he slots it home. Oh, what a goal from Menendez. We've all seen Menendez make countless attempts from long range and hit wayward shots. And man, he strikes this home. What a beautiful goal. We are up 1-0 in the Carabao Cup. Wilson was making a run down that right wing, just passing to Menendez. No one closed him down. Oh, man, the goalie should really do a better job there. That was right at the goalkeeper. It really wasn't that great of a shot. The goalie just fluffed his lines. But we're up 1-0. And in case you guys were wondering, I didn't show you since you were last with me, because this is the first game after our last game from last episode against Forest Green. We had the Forest Green game, and then this game, and then we are going to be playing MK Dons, which is the very next game. And the reason we're taking them on is because they're the highest up the league table, kind of how we've been doing in our series thus far, and I want to take on good opposition. I really didn't think that he'd be... he didn't get a yellow card, but I really wish the ref would have given us advantage there. He doesn't. Now we're looking forward. Bjorklund is making a start for the first time in a long time, and the reason I'm looking at Bjorklund now ahead of Sjoberg is because Bjorklund and Sjoberg are essentially the same overall rating, but I'm going to rip this. But Bjorklund's value is almost double Sjoberg's, which tells me goal. Let's go! Great job from the boys. I don't even know who crossed that in, but Vasquez was there, gets behind his defender. It was a great ball in the cross. He heads it home. Let's take another look at it. All right, Vasquez plays it out here to maybe Nilsson, who crosses it back over. Vasquez is the first there and slots it home. But like I was saying, I'm going with Bjorklund rather than Sjoberg because Bjorklund and Sjoberg are the same overall, but Bjorklund has more value, which tells me that his potential is higher than Sjoberg. So I want to get game time into him. We're going to cross this. Get there. But it just tells me that Bjorklund has a higher ceiling than Sjoberg, which is a little unfortunate. I like Sjoberg better. He's taller. They're about the same pace, but that's just what the numbers are telling me. That's kind of, you don't get that in real life. You don't get a accurate value necessarily on your player, how you do in FIFA. And so I'm able to know based on the fact that he has a higher value that he has a higher potential. And it works out well for us. We're going back post. Bad pass from Vasquez. That's the one area he lets us down compared to Baker. But Baker is our starter. Good foot in there from Dahlberg, the lowest rating guy on our team today. He's a 55 overall. Way to get his foot in again there. And we got Villalba here. I'm going to rip this. He's got great long shots. So good that he hits it right into opposition players. Here is our corner. Nilsson is taking it. Whipping it in. Vasquez was there but could not get it into the back of the net. We are up to it. Now Wilson has the ball here. Looking for a pass. Someone to play in. We got Menendez. I'm going to rip it. And it is right at the keeper again. And this time he is equal to it. And that is halftime. We are tied we are up 2-0 against Cambridge. And I'm very excited to get into the second half. We got to hold on to this win. I want a clean sheet today. No late goals given up. Let's go and get it done. If you guys remember, Nilsson is one of our players who has I think he has showing great potential. Our left winger today. And so he is a player I'm really excited to get some game time into. Again, his only issue is that he has Schaefer in front of him. He's not going to unseat Schaefer for that starting left winger position unless Schaefer gets injured, which could happen. I really hope not, but it could happen. If Schaefer gets injured, we have Nilsson, who looks like a pretty good backup. He's a 65 overall. Schaefer's just a 76 overall, so he makes Nilsson not look as good, but a 65 overall is pretty close to a starter in pretty much every other position in our team. We got Wilson, our right winger, making a run here. He doesn't really have a pass, and I'm going to rip it. Shouldn't have taken that shot, but they cut it out, and the attack is thwarted. They give it right back to Bjorklund, and let's try and get something happening here. We got Menendez. I'm going to give it back to him, making a run, and there is Menendez again, trying to focus. Oh, Nilsson was there, but he didn't get a foot on the ball. Heavy pass from Menendez. So we are making 3 changes. Munoz comes in up top for Vasquez. Miranda comes in out wide on the right side for Wilson. And Parker comes in at the center of the park for Bennett. Again, just trying to get these young guys some game time. I would really like to see them start developing. Munoz has kind of plateaued a little bit at a 55. And I want a third string striker who's not terrible, because if Vasquez or Baker get injured, Munoz is our second striker. So he's really fast. He gets into great attacking positions, and I want to continue to use him and develop him. So let's get back into this game, see what Miranda, Parker, and Munoz have to offer. Here they are pressing us down this right side. Now the one thing that Miranda and Munoz both have to offer is their pace. They're both very rapid. Parker is a physical monster. He's not the most technically gifted, but he does have the physicals to be a threat against the opposition. I just need him to start getting more physical as technical. See, that was a bad pass from him. It's okay. He is a 56 overall. He will get better with time. But it is pretty crazy to think about the fact that in our first season, a 56 would have been potentially a starter for us. And now it's a third string, or not even third, in terms of the center mid, he's like our 6th or 7th center mid down the line, where before that was one of our top players. We've come a long way. This team has gone through the crucible the refining, the pressing, and they are coming out as a good team. As a bad cross from Nilsson from his left foot. He is right-footed. We are trying to play defense here. Like I said, I want that clean sheet. Our defense has played well today, which does instill some confidence in me in case we do end up with an injury. Even Dahlberg, like I said, who's a 55 overall, not a good player, but he's just played a very good game. We got Munoz here. He is rapid, and he has the pass back post if he can get there. Oh, he blocked by the defender. He had Miranda making that run at the back post, and Miranda is fast. He could have definitely gotten there, but the cross did not come off. Miranda wins that ball back. Up to Menendez, into Munoz, who's tackled hard. Could it be a red? Or are we sticking with the... It's at least got to be a yellow. Come on, ref. Yellow card for the opposition. But, man, he slid in hard on Munoz. Free kick here. We're going to give it to Bjorklund. Back to Menendez. Into Villalba. Ooh. Nilsson has the ball. We're going to go down the wing to Dahlberg and cross it back post. No one is there for it. I want Parker to get up here. Yes. He is a big old boy. I think he's 6'3". If I remember correctly, he looks like a monster out there on the pitch. Again, got to work on his technicals a little bit. He probably won't ever end up being a starter for us, but he will be a good little role player. It is going to start getting sad because as we continue to get these youth development prospects in, we are going to be replacing these guys like we've talked about before. So, oh, good play from Villalba to be there. He gets the ball taken off him. Come on, boys. Look at that. 3 added minutes. They're supposed to have 1 minute of extra time. Come on, ref. That is the one thing about FIFA that they got to fix. It's pretty ridiculous. Get the ball out. And there is the final whistle. They gave him 5 extra minutes, but we win 2-0 in the Carabao Cup against Cambridge with all of our backups. We did not bring a single starter on. Great game from the boys. So we are about to hop into that MK Dons game. We've only played 2 games in the season along with every other team in the league, but this is currently where we sit in 3rd position, and MK Dons are in 4th. We got to get a win here today. It would put us on 9 points, and even if 5th place Sunderland win their game, we would still be 2 points ahead of them. We have to start getting that gap and that separation so that as we move into the later parts of the season, we don't fall out of the automatic promotion spots. Remember, the board is asking us to get automatic promotion. If I don't get that, our job could be at risk. We could get fired, and that would be a stinky way for this save to end. So we need to push for those top 2 spots. Again, I think we're good enough to win the title, and I'm really excited to play some of these other top teams throughout this season. Peterborough, Rotherham, Sunderland, AFC Wimbledon. These teams that are starting to look like they may be good teams. Really the top 3 or top 4, I'm really excited. So we're going to hop into that MK Dons game. Let's go check out the team. So this is the team we're taking into the MK Dons game. It is our first 11. Smith in goal, a back four of Jonassen, Bishop, Lundberg, and Taylor. Crespo and Pereira make up the midfield pairing with Schaefer, Carlson, and Graham, the attacking 3 behind Baker, the striker. Our bench looks similar as to what it normally looks like with Mohamed, Osorio. Bennett does come to the bench instead of Villalba. Villalba is tired, so we're going to bring Bennett on. Menendez, Nilsson, Wilson, and Vasquez. Now look at this. I was looking at Crespo, our free agent addition at the beginning of last season, and look how well-rounded he is. That's a great center midfield anchor. He can play forward and backwards, offensively and defensively. Really excited about him. These guys, just their ratings are really coming along. I'll go through so you guys can kind of look and see how they're developing, where they're strong. I don't know. It's getting really exciting and cool to see how these guys are actually coming along. Our offensive players kind of all look similar. A lot of pace, a lot of dribbling, and decent shooting and passing, but their attributes will definitely come along. Schaefer with the 90 pace is just crazy. Baker here, same thing. His shooting is pretty good though, better than most of the others on the team. His sprint speed's not gone up yet, but that's besides the point. Let's hop into this game and hopefully get a win against MK Dons that sees us start separating ourselves at the top of the league. And here we go. We had a good first 2 games of the season. These are actually our first 4 games of the season are in the first and second episode, which isn't necessarily how I intended it, or it wasn't by design. It's just kind of how the fixtures fell. We do have another Carabao Cup game at the end of this month, but we're not going to show that again. Remember, we're doing one per each episode. It's 1 month. And so we will try and get the best teams so you guys see the best action. Sometimes with fixtures that aren't scheduled yet, like in the Cups, that's just going to happen. But I am very excited. Ian Taylor making a overlap here. I'm very excited to keep getting into this season. Thank you, ref. Oh, I thought Taylor or Graham still had it, and Taylor had it, and then he passed it out of bounds to nobody. But anyways, that's how the season, the episode formats and everything, that's how they're going to continue to be. Like I mentioned in the last couple episodes, really trying to focus on just developmental things on this channel, personally for people, and also just in game. I may do guides in the future. You guys can let me know in the comments on scouting. I play all sorts of sports games and all sorts of games in general. And so I've thought about doing guides to help you guys develop as players. Again, that's really my passion, and I believe my purpose is developing. And so I have a lot of fun doing these kind of saves where we take a stinky team and develop them all the way up. So the team is really coming along, and this is where it's starting to get really exciting because I'm seeing some real progress within the squad, and that is cool. As the team continues to progress and push up these leagues. Now this season we got to try and get out of this league and not be stuck in it yet again. Out of play for a throw-in. Now one player that I haven't seen a lot of is Carlson this season. I'm using him right now, but as you guys recall, he has potential to be special as his kind of potential status, and that's the highest you can have in the game, but I feel like he goes missing. I just feel like he is lost, and he doesn't get into... That's a goal. Oh, great save from Smith. Get up, Bishop. And Smith is there to grab it. Whew, that was very dangerous. But I just feel like Carlson goes missing, more specifically in the attacking third. He has the ball right there, but man, the way that MK Dons is playing, it's like a high press, and I think they're in a 5-3-2 maybe. That's a terrible play right there, but they are giving us trouble. We may need to, I don't know, maybe switch formations. We haven't done that at all, which might be an issue. I may need to try some more tactical tweaking depending on how our team is doing against certain teams. If we're going to continue to struggle. But we will have to wait and see. I like sticking with what we're doing because it's been working. A lot of times it just takes a moment to kind of figure out the opposition and break them down. Come on, Schaefer. Can't quite get there. And Baker is there. He sends it up and over. Pereira is going to try and win this, but he's short. He does win it. And we have Carlson here. I'm going to rip it. Oh, great save from the keeper. I really wanted him to score that after I was just talking about how he's gone missing in games. It's kind of right at the keeper, I think. No, the keeper had to make a stretch. Good shot, good save. That noise, by the way, in the last sequence is my leg on the chair. I'm not farting, I promise. If I ever fart, I will be honest and I will tell you. That's one of my core values is authenticity. So if I ever let one slip on a video or while I'm streaming, I will tell you. But anyways, let's get back to the game. They are pushing into our half here. That was our best opportunity of this game thus far. Looks like we're about to go into halftime. We haven't really created much. They've created 2 decent chances. They've definitely looked the better side, I would say. And that is halftime. So I'm going to take a look at the team, maybe change stuff. But let's be honest, probably not. We're going to get into the second half. We're going to try and get a goal, break them down, and get out of here with a win. We got Carlson here with it. Tried to play it over to Baker, but couldn't get it. Lundberg runs up and makes a great play. That was a terrible pass from Crespo. Like that, I don't even know who he was going to. I was trying to go to Baker, which I think was a bad pass. There was a defender in the way, but I mean, it was just like not even near anybody. All right, we get Jonassen played in down this left side from Schaefer. I should have passed it. Should have passed it sooner. I just didn't think anyone on the back post, Graham or Vasquez, or not Vasquez, Graham or Baker had separation to get their head onto the end of a cross. But I guess I should have just tried. I mean, what's the worst that happens? We try and we fail. Failure is the best education in life, so should have tried. But we'll know better next time. All right, we have Schaefer on the ball here. I'm trying to get it into Crespo. We got Baker here, and that's going to no one. It goes to nobody. Carlson's there. They are trying to get it out and find someone to play it to. We're pressing them beautifully. Oh, and Crespo's there. We're going to get that into Baker, and he's going to not do anything with it. Oh, man, that was a missed opportunity. We're playing really nice right now, pressing them dangerously. I'm going to rip this with Schaefer, and he can't get it around. And we're still pressing. They played it back, which is maybe a bad decision by them. But they have this right center back wide open. Carlson was not pressing him, and they break down our press. Now they're moving down our left side here. We have Jonassen back covering, playing some defense, but he is slow. Defender goes past him. And Bishop is there to pick up the attacker. This is where we get broken down and give up late goals. We have to play some good defense. Good save from Smith. We're going to look at some subs. All right, so we are bringing Osorio in at left back for Jonassen. Again, at the end of games, I like Osorio's pace. Jonassen can make me a little nervous as the game goes on and he gets tired. So we're going to bring Osorio in. Menendez comes in for Carlson. Again, Carlson seems to go missing. I don't know. What I'm seeing in the game in terms of attributes and what the game says about Carlson and Menendez next to each other, I go Carlson. My mind, I guess, my logical brain is telling me Carlson. My heart and my feeling and my gut is telling me Menendez. Menendez feels better in the game, but I still don't have a final decision. And you guys will know, kind of like Vasquez and Baker last year, I won't make a decision probably until next season. But anyways, Vasquez comes in up top for Baker. We need a goal, and we know that Vasquez has goals in him, so we're going to bring him on and try and come out of this with a win. Schaefer's in here. Ball over the top from Baker. And he is quick. Over to Graham. Baker. It dribbles in. Okay, it did count. I thought I heard an offside whistle. Hit him with a dead fish. Ugly play, but we get the goal. That's all that matters. I need to watch that again. So Schaefer makes the run in, gives it over to Baker. Baker tries to go to Graham, who shoots. Shot is blocked. It falls back to Baker. And, I mean, he hits the slowest little dribbler just past the goalkeeper, but great composure, and what a finish inside bottom corner. 1-0 Efour United over MK Dons. All right, those three changes have just taken place, which is probably still a good thing. The way the game has gone, we have not dominated. That goal was, I don't want to say it was lucky. It definitely took some skill, and honestly, secret of E4 here, or I don't really believe in luck. But it definitely was fortunate. It fell to our feet and kind of worked out in our favor after Graham's deflection. And I do not want to give up a goal here after all the hard work we've done. But I think the changes are still the right decision to hopefully get another goal in this game, because we are struggling to break them down. And I got Vasquez making a run. We're going to give it to him over the top. Graham's making a run on the inside. And, Vasquez with the move. And we're going to rip this. Menendez's shot is saved. It wasn't even near the top corner. Had the right bend and location on it. Just not enough power or height to it. And they deal with the attack comfortably. They're moving into our half now. We got Mo Isa on the ball. Oh, I remember Mo Isa. He's the one who beat us twice last year. He had 2 game-winning goals when we played MK Dons last year. And, ref. No card or anything? What? Okay, well, we got defending to do, boys. Good foot in. Good. Oh! Man. And it was in the 93rd minute. They're supposed to have 2 minutes of added time. It's frustrating. I mean, in terms of what each team deserves, it's probably fair. We haven't dominated them. Lundberg gets a foot in, and it falls right back to him. I can't get the ball out, and I can promise you that'll be the last kick of the game. Oh, what a frustrating goal to give up. There's the end whistle. Oh, man. We can't let that happen. We have to be more dominant. Maybe a change of system is what is needed to possess the ball and be a little bit more dominant in terms of just... I feel like on defense we're struggling or we're hectic. We're never just like back and comfortable. Man, that's a heartbreaker. So that last result sees us stay in third place. Charlton won their game, so they moved up to fourth place over MK Dons. That is just such a bummer. We could have been in second position. Those are drop points. That's a game we should be winning, and we should not be letting that up, I feel. That's a tough pill to swallow, but we got to learn from it, adapt, keep growing, and try and figure it out. It's clear that at the end of games, we get broken down, and it's hurting us. We keep giving up late goals or late equalizers, or late goals to lose, and man, it's frustrating. I feel like that was ours to take the 3 points, and we dropped points there for sure. We're still in a good position. Granted, only 3 games played, but we are in third position. We're not way behind Peterborough, but I really want the title this year. And last season, if you guys remember, I think it was Huddersfield. They just ran away with the league. We did beat them both times we played them, I think. At least once. I know we won once 5-0, and I think actually maybe the second time it was 1-1. But I got to keep up with Peterborough. I don't want them to run away the same way to where we cannot catch them. I'm going to get to the end of this month. I'll show you the transfers that we've done in the transfer window this summer, and then we will end the episode there. So, I'll see you in a sec. We finally made it to September 1st and the end of the transfer window. You guys had already seen that Darren Curry had been sold to Reading for $1.35 million. We've also moved on Marcus Gordson to Stevenage for $560,000. Mercer has moved on to Henan Songshan, I think, is how you say that, for $610,000. Good deals for both these guys, especially because we're not using them, getting a good chunk of change for them. And then Hans Vikland, I think he's our third string goalkeeper, has gone to Degerfors for $680,000. So we saw these 4 leave the club. We're going to be trying in the January transfer window to move more guys out of the club, but these are the 4 that have left the club. They weren't getting into the team, or they were older, like Curry and Mercer. Gordson and Vikland weren't getting into the team, and teams were interested in them, so we moved them on. Now, let's look at how we've done this past month since you've been gone. You guys last saw the draw in the league against MK Dons. We then went to Birmingham City and lost 2-0. This game was frustrating, to say the least, so much so that I made a drastic change. We've switched our formation to a 4-1-2-1-2, and I did this with a little bit of help. I did some research online figuring out different tactics and things within FIFA, and I wanted to give the 4-1-2-1-2 a try. So we went into the Fleetwood game and we drew 1-1, but that was our first time using the 4-1-2-1-2, and it was all second team players because the first team had played against Birmingham City when we lost 2-0, and we had a Carabao Cup game coming up that I wanted the first team rested for. So against Fleetwood, we drew 1-1. It was the first game actually that King came back. He started in the center defensive mid position, and we had a good game there, considering it was all second team players and we were using a brand new formation. We then took on Preston North End, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're a championship side. I can't look at that, I don't think, but we beat them 2-1 with our brand new formation using our first team. Our left back Jonassen actually opened up the scoring. With this formation, the midfield is so condensed and full of players that it sucks the defense in, and our wing backs run up and down the wings to provide extra attacking width. If the defender pulls out to one of the wing backs, then it frees up inside space and we can pass it into one of our many attacking players in the middle of the park. But Jonassen made an overlapping run, we played him in, and he slotted it across the keeper for our first goal in that game. We then gave up an equalizer, which I was a little frustrated about, but they are a good team. It was to be expected. But in the 76th minute, Carlson made a run in, he was played in, and Baker was making a back post run. Carlson played the ball across, and Baker was able to toe tap it in for the winning goal, and we move on in the Carabao Cup. We beat Preston North End 2-1. We then played Crew Alexandria, and this was a mix of first team guys and backup guys, and we drew again 1-1. I let up a late goal again, and it's getting frustrating. I let out a frustrating roar when I let in that goal, so much so that my wife came in and checked on me and asked, is everything okay? I'm tired of giving up these late goals. It's been a bad month. In the league, we've won 1, drawn 3, and lost 1. We've won our 2 cup games, which is exciting, but our league form is bad, so let's take a look at where that leaves us in the league. We currently sit in 10th. Now, we are only 1 place out of 6th spot, which is a promotion spot, or a playoff spot, excuse me, but the top team, Peterborough, has 13. Charlton Athletic has 13. Rotherham and Oxford both have 12 points. So we really got to start figuring this out and catching up to the top of the table before we get left behind and have a lot to do. Now, this 4-1-2-1-2 tactic is working well. I'm still kind of getting used to it, but I do like it. Let me show you what that looks like with our starting 11. So this is what the squad looks like with the 4-1-2-1-2. Smith in goal, a back four of Jonasson, Bishop, Lundberg, Taylor. Crespo playing the defensive mid position. Carlson and Perea, the center mids, behind Graham, the center attacking mid, with Schaefer and Baker up top. Now, I haven't started moving any of these players. Like, I haven't switched Schaefer to a striker yet because I'm still trying to figure out if this is the tactic I want to roll with. I do think it is. It works really well. It feels like we have more control than the 4-2-3-1. We've still been letting in the late goals, but the game against Birmingham City, we got demolished. We were using that 4-2-3-1, and they just outplayed us. It was a very, very frustrating game, and again, obviously, so much so that I switched the whole tactic just because of that game. So we're going to roll with this for a little while. You guys will get to see it in the next episode. I've also sent out all our youth scouts, so they will be coming back with Youth Academy scouting reports next month in the next episode. But we have a lot to do. We've started the league off very rocky. As I was saying, I thought we were going to be a team pushing for the title, and right now we're kind of wallowing in the top half, mid-table area, and that's honestly just not good enough. I'm not satisfied with that. We are a good enough squad to go up this year, and we need to make that happen. So we'll see what happens in the rest of the season. If you have enjoyed that, leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell. I post these videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I stream over on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays from 4 to 7 p.m. So come check it out. Meet some guys who are in the community already, and come join us, be a part of the Crucible community as we try and grow this channel and this content. I'm working hard. I'm getting stressed out a little bit. Not stressed. I know it's a game, right? But I want to win. We've been developing well, and I want to keep developing. And when things aren't going to plan, it can be a little frustrating. So I'm trying to get the ship righted so that we can get back up that league table. But that is the end of the episode. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this team's journey through the Crucible. Until next time, Efour out.